It's really true. And that's why I think for me, the Prism Toolkit, which is rooted in practices of contemplation, the contemplative sciences, is so powerful in transforming and rewiring our brains to move away from this, myth, this delusion of separation that we're so stuck in around our color or gender or sexuality, but ultimately realizing those primary identities that you talked about, the six senses that we have, you know, as human beings, sense of sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing, and even thoughts, thinking. Um, and yet these projections we, basically place on ourselves and others really limit our potential.
They do. You really do.
Yeah, and the potential of who we could be.
And I think that is a process that takes time to decondition the mind. We have to constantly expose it to this knowledge, right? So no matter how much we hear it, no matter how much we try to practice it, we can never stop on that journey. We have to keep listening to it, because what they say in the ancient Vedic spiritual tradition is that the knowledge of spirituality is a Shruti tradition, which means it's a heard tradition. So it comes through the ears. It's an oral tradition. And the ears are the subtlest of the five senses, right? Because the sound is something we can't see. We can't touch it. We can't taste it. We can't smell it. It goes beyond all of the senses. So it's very permeating. When the sound goes in, what we listen to will have a huge impact on our whole consciousness. So if we're constantly exposing ourselves to spiritual knowledge, which breaks down these wrong identifications that we have and teaches us what our true nature really is, we have to listen again and again to allow that knowledge to break down our preconceived notions that we've been fed or taught by parents or society or other people who are uninformed, right? Who are ignorant of the true self. So I feel that because I've spent so many years now exposing myself to this very subtle knowledge, and I keep feeding myself with it, no matter how far I go in terms of maybe not being fully in the monastic lifestyle anymore, but I still need those reminders. And so I'm able to let go of a lot of biases because I've allowed that process of deconditioning to be an ongoing one, and it works its way slowly but surely.
And I think, for me, and I feel this to be true for my own life, is the more I accept myself and let go of certain projections, ideas, and concepts that I have of myself, the more I'm able to accept others.
Exactly.
Right? This beautiful synergy of reciprocity that just takes place.
Yeah, that's it, right? Because it's always us and us. That's what we learn in spirituality, right? They say the real jihad is really waged within. The war within is the greatest battle you'll ever fight. So if you want to know how to influence anyone else, just stop and look at yourself and figure out how to, love yourself more than you ever have before. And that love can come in unexpected forms. A lot of people don't think discipline is love, and yet it's the greatest love when we can really, give ourselves that opportunity to practice going beyond our normal habits that cause us suffering, right? In the Bhagavad Gita, there's this beautiful verse that I always think of that says, what is like nectar in the beginning becomes like poison in the end.
Yeah.
Like poison in the beginning becomes like nectar
in the end.